Germany electronic producer Skee removes his music from Spotify because Spotify invests in an AI company. That's kind of strange to me. Don't you think? That's kind of strange. Stay tuned. We're gonna get into this piping hot tea. This is Payton 3.0 EDM World News. Take it away. Mm-mm-mm. God damn. You see this tea right here is piping hot. And why is it piping hot? Because we're going to get into some business drama with the electronic DJs again. Okay? Um, yes, the community promotes PLUR, which is Floor, Peace, Love, Unity, Respect. Unfortunately, when it comes to business and things being run like a business, which these things are run like a business in our community, it's not just all this on the other side. When you're a DJ, you're involved in the business side of things. And things get pretty shaky and tangled up and all that, and feelings hurt and caught up, between contracts and all the other stuff. Well, let's get into it. So, before we get there, for those of you on YouTube right now, if you're watching, if you've been a watcher for a while, but you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? You need to subscribe, hit a notification bell, all of that. You gotta help the algorithm out. Don't let the algorithm play guessing games to figure out where these videos should be shown to. Do not let the algorithm be lost in the woods. It's like Little Red Riding algorithm, as I say this all the time. You have to help it find its way. Okay? Anyway, and of course, we're going to be social media. Yes, yes, yes. Because you know that I'm a shameless self-promoter, baby. Let's go. Well, I forgot that light. Hold on. Bam. You like my good side. Anyway. So, folks, obviously, if you're watching this particular program, you are into EDM. But for those of you who are not into EDM like that, whatnot, you just kind of, I don't know why you'll be on this episode of content if you weren't, but just in case you're not, for the casual viewers, you got two social medias. This one right here, which is YouTube number 2, which if you should already be subscribed to if you're new, welcome. Sessions Live for the casual people. Sessionslive.com/Payton30662. My diehard EDM community, thank you for being here. All these are for you to do, right? Get those 3 free unreleased songs. Visit my website, all the rest of that. Okay? Yeah, that's all I have for that. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Alright, so Mrs. Skee, let's find out what the drama is going on today, honey. Because Spotify is running a lot of artists the wrong way. Honey, they can't money artists much in the first place. Unless you have the top of like an industry, but that hierarchy doesn't do anybody any good. But people at the top, or people who know how to negotiate their contracts, if they even get a chance to speak to the person at Spotify, okay? Especially when you're a struggling independent recording artist. But let's get into the festivities. Okay, so Skee removes music from Spotify after founders' investment in AI technology. Spotify's priorities seem to be shifting further away from from paying artists a fair rate. Before we get into the rest of this, let me give you, some of you probably don't even know who the heck Skee is. If you do, congrats. I don't know who he is because there's always a new emerging electronic EDM producer popping up out, out of places and countries. So it's like, even for me, and I got enough to deal with my own darn music business as a EDM artist who's a vocalist and all that, rapper. But anyway, to try to keep up with everybody coming out. Too much. The EDM world may be small to a degree, but no, it's very big, especially when you're only one person. The EDM world is very big. Anyway, Brian Mueller is his real name, okay? Known as Skee is an electronic music producer from Munich, Germany. I'm not sure if I said that right, but if I didn't, correct me in the comments section, please. His 2018 album, Compro, was named Best New Music by Pitchfork, okay? Which is, I think, a famous blog or magazine music review that's been around for years, because I am a music nerd, so I used to just keep up with all this stuff in the past. But anyway, that's all I can find on him, because that's all he has on Wikipedia. So just that small blurb. But anyway, back to the article. Okay? Because Spotify, I don't really care for Spotify as an artist. As a listener, yes, but as an artist, especially if you're at the bottom trying to build yourself up and, will not, do not count on Spotify for any stream or revenue. That's for any DJ that's new or they're trying to make it, or wherever your goal may be. Do not depend on Spotify for your music. Just put it. My thing to you is just to put it on there for fun, to get your listeners to listen to it, or just put it on there if you don't have many listeners, if that's what you want to do. But do not count on it to make you real money. You will be sadly disappointed. Okay? Anyway, if you are not Drake or you're not Skrillex or any other Excision, just forget about it. Okay? In that regard. Just saying. Just telling you the truth, right? German DJ and electronic music producer Skee has removed his catalog from music streaming giant Spotify. Last year, Skee released his album Pool, physically and digitally, minus streaming platforms. Okay? Minus streaming platforms. And you might say to yourself, well, why would he not release it on streaming platforms at all? Well, let's be honest. I mean, even though there are some platforms like maybe Apple or something, or maybe even DistroKid, that may pay you significantly more money than the other, like the other one, Spotify, Tidal, whatever. The thing is that when you're an artist that's by yourself, I'm not sure if he's with an independent corporation, if he has employees, if he with a record company. There's so many ways. But for most people who are indie, not saying that he is, I don't know. When you first release it, it's a plan to window your content or anything you have, as in releasing it to only the website where people really pay for it, or any kind of payment thing where they pay for it right out first, for maybe a set period of time, and then you release it to these streaming platforms, okay? And diehard fans, who are actual diehard fans of yours, will actually support you, go to the website and actually buy that music. Like for way more as a profit margin than what they're paying you to put your music on these streaming platforms, right? So I get it. That's what he's doing. Or an artist, they only put like one or two songs of their songs on a streaming platform. If they don't have like other streams of revenue going on, and they're new, they're just getting things up, they're not running a company, they're not touring and all that, it's different for them. Okay, but anyway, let's keep going. He took to social media to announce his reasoning behind the removal of his music, citing that Spotify is giving their money to the development of warfare. And instead of actual progression in the music business. And let's just be honest, folks. Let's be honest. Spotify, that's just one of the streaming services. They're not really in the business of furthering any kind of progression in the music business. That's not really the business that they're in. You would think they would be, but that's not the business that Spotify is actually in. Okay? Spotify has its own agenda for whatever and for its own end game, which has nothing to do with artists. Nothing to do with artists and their music, because he can give two shits about that, or the music business itself. Nothing about that. He has his own agenda, honey. He's trying to focus like he's Jeff Bezos. Elon Musk is trying to be in the league with them, honey. Okay, trying to do all this other extra stuff for his own agenda. Okay. Anyway, it's allegedly, okay? It's done. Allegedly. It's I gotta remember to say that. Allegedly. Anyway, that's my favorite. That's my favorite words used on YouTube because of legal actions. Honey, it just did what he did in the community. Allegedly. Anyway, it's done. He says, all of my shit is gone from Spotify, Skee Road. I have nothing against streaming in general. It's one of many ways to make music even more accessible, right? That's really the only good thing about streaming, really, is to make music more accessible to an audience that's already built, right? To an audience that you already have in-house, ready to discover your music. And because it's not gonna happen by itself. Anyway, I need y'all to get that. Don't just throw stuff on SoundCloud and Spotify. Most of y'all will not go viral. Most of y'all will not get listeners just coming to your music as a nobody. Just the way it works. Anyway. What was I? Okay. I have nothing against streaming, like you said. Okay, blah, blah, blah. For me, it's about how much / less the creators behind the music receive in terms of value, respect, or stakes. I'm aware of the fact that almost every big streaming company plays the game in a similar way, like Spotify nowadays. But that's not the point, he says, okay? Okay, he is fed up. And I don't blame him, right? Because you would think like investing in AI and all this like technology, right? You would think like, you probably think, like AI technology, EDM, it all goes together, right? But not if in the mind of the person, they're thinking that this AI thing could be disruptive and not helpful, right? Anyway, Skee statement concludes by saying that he'll make his music available on the platform again as soon as Spotify starts somehow, okay, becoming honest and respectful towards music makers, which he won't. Okay? He won't. I can tell you that right now. He's not. That's never going to happen unless somebody comes and kicks him out of his own company, and the new CEO person changes how things are working for artists. It's not going to happen. Like, he would have to be voted out of his own company by his board, right? Which has not happened yet, so don't hold your breath, artists. Don't hold your breath. Anyway. Let's see. I want to just read the actual tweet, okay? It says it's all done. All my shit is gone for Spotify. I have nothing against streaming in general. It's one of the many ways to make music even more accessible. For me, it's about how much slash less the creators behind the music receive in terms of value, respect or respect the space. I'm aware of the fact that almost every big streaming company plays the game in a similar way like Spotify nowadays, but that's the point. They don't seem to use their 100 million um, of income to further destroy something that almost every musician is fighting for, uniting people. Those other companies might just have a very small bit left of that something, but it still has an effect. My music will be available there again as soon as the company starts somehow becoming honest and respectful towards music makers. You won't. Um, if you really don't have the money to listen to my music in any other way, he says, feel free to digitally steal it anywhere. But don't give your last penny to such a wealthy business that obviously prefers to the development of warfare instead of actual progression in the music business. Peace, he says. Okay? And honey, I stand behind that 100%. Even though I have my Spotify account, I listen to artists, you know, when I have the time, you know, I walk up the street, going to work, 9 to 5, whatever. I'm listening to it because it's easier. Like, I don't even have a lot of money to focus on, because I'm an artist myself, to buy other people's albums like that, like I used to. Because when you're running your own business and some equity, like, yeah, I'm a grown adult now. I gotta pay bills. I'm sitting here trying to run this business. I got this overhead and all this stuff, whatever, and most of the expenses. I ain't made no revenue yet, you know, so it's a long game. And I'm only working for a 9 to 5 job, so they don't pay me that much, honey. So let's be honest. So these streaming platforms make it easier for the consumer in the end. But as the artist on the other side, I understand him because I know what it is, right? Me and Skee Magic right here, right? So even though it's hypocritical, and I understand that, I get it, right? Let's get back to it. Spotify CEO Daniel X, European investment company Prima Materia, announced a massive investment of 100 million to fund Helsing, an AI-powered security company with a mission to protect liberal democracies. We believe that software and, in particular, artificial intelligence will be the key capability. Will be the key capability to keep liberal democracies from harm. Reads Helsing's website. Our ambition is to achieve global technology leadership in real-time information processing, turning unstructured censored data into information advantage for democratic governments. Okay, I guess I believe you. Not that I don't, but that's a whole other video and conversation for next time. Dario Zinker, an executive at Munich-based record label Leon Tate, confirmed the removal of the imprint's entire catalog, which features music from Ski Mask, Stinny, and Catatonic, Silentio, among others. The label's music can be found via Bandcamp and the website. And let me tell you something right now. He's not an isolated case, okay? This is an uprising and a revolt from the smart artists out there who are not desperate. And listen, I understand what it is to be a desperate artist, trust me. Right? Who are not desperate artists but have their head on straight and They know how to spin the cards at this point, whether independent or not. And yeah, when you're independent, right, you have more control to make those kind of decisions and moves. Um, so the thing is that they're revolting, and a lot of times they're gonna make the music just available on, like I said, like Bandcamp, which actually does pay us, good amount of money for our sales. We can just sell it like that, or our website, or even Shopify, both digital and physical, right? Because nobody got time for these streaming websites. Don't nobody got time for these exorbitant corporate social media companies who think about mainly their profits and nothing else. That's like going to most of these. It's like going to, I don't know, a Target or something, and they won't return items that they won't take the item that you need to return or whatever, and they all just give you shitty service because all they care about is their profits, and they got their head up their ass, right? Right? I can tell you that not Spotify, Target would not really be in business for that long, for a while, because they have competitors to go to. But here's the thing with the online streaming games, though. Most of the competitors are playing the same game in the same kind of way. So that's why somebody like Spotify is still doing the things it's doing. Until somebody comes along that's predominant, it gets big as Spotify or bigger, and they come along and they give the artist a fair percentage for their music streams, right? But right now, that hasn't happened. There is no challenge on the horizon because all the other companies are playing the same kind of game. We're getting a few cents more, but that ain't in the end of the day. Because most of these artists, you will still have to go to your 9 to 5 job at the fast food restaurant or customer service, whatever, and working jobs because you're just not making enough money at all with your music on these streaming sites. But anyway, but yeah, so that's what that is. Anyway, Dario Zinker, an executive at Moonish-based record label. Oh, we already read that. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, but yeah, that's how it is. So, like how I want to release my music, when I found that you put it out to be, sold or whatever, it's not going to be on any of those streaming platforms at first. I'm going to window it. It's going to be, um, it's going to be on my website, and it's probably going to be on it like Bandcamp and my Shopify at that point. But it probably will take about several months before I put my music up. I might give people one song from the album on there, and that's it. To get the whole album or the rest of the singles, you're going to have to come to my website. You're going to have to come to Bandcamp if I'm using that, or Shopify. But you won't get it on streaming websites probably for a full 6 months. Until I feel like I've recouped my money and made a good profit as an artist, that's when I'll drop the music on Spotify. And I may still only drop a few songs from after that on Spotify, but I will not be dropping an entire project or whatever or whatnot. My hard work and a producer's hard work on these streaming sites. I just won't do it. I mean, because that's the kind of war and game that we're in right now in the digital music space now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, comment if you believe that Skee had a right to do what he did, because I believe he had a right. Absolutely, I probably do the same thing. Actually, like I said, I wouldn't put a whole album about it, to be honest with you. On any music sites, okay? Comment if you agree with me and Skee Mans. Anyway, we're gonna take a brief break right now, and I'll be right back, okay?
Fuck what your name is, you know what the blame is. I'm on this rat race, your face is a disgrace. I'm done with these humans, they constantly ruin. The work is done all day, so dues I never pay. My body's left in pain, my mind is left insane. My energy is strained, like I did crack cocaine. The weed I shall not smoke, this country is a joke. When the work is done, I jump right up and run. And when I do get home, I get right in the zone. I close the fucking door, the city is no more. I turn on my lights, and my bed is tight. Put on a good song, now nothing can go wrong. Is it me? Is it you? Like it in my comfy room. Here I go, slowly goes. Bitch, it's time to run the show. And they all will never know, because this is a private show. I lay in my bed, close my eyes. Will no longer I decide. There's no fear up in here. I can wear my underwear. Dance around, I'm a clown. Nothing's gonna stop me now. And they all will never know, because this is a private show. I lay in my bed, close my eyes. Will no longer I decide. When I'm alone, no one is home. 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 Back into the world, I feel like I'm a hurl. On my way to work, I'm wearing my nice shirt. I'm getting on the train. These people are the blame. Don't you let it rain. All this energy, they take the toll on me. They're draining my life force. They got no damn remorse. Now what the time is it? I'm counting these minutes where I can leave this place and get to my own space, where I make the rules like I was running school, and I'm the after fool, and yes I'm fucking cool. My time is precious. I clean up my messes and leave all the stresses and run where the nest is. Here I have power, no one could devour. No, I shall get my peace, my spirit shall release. I feel so good, brand new. My heart got a damn blue. Damn, it feels good in here. The whole world disappears. There is not a care. When I'm alone, no one is home. 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 And they all will never know, because this is a private show. I lay in my bed, close my eyes. Or no longer I decide. When I'm alone, no one is home. 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 And they all will never.
All right, we're back. And I just want to say, really quick, all right. I just want to say really quick that digital music, sorry, at least for now, is not the way that artists even make their money. Regardless, even if you're selling it on your own website, yes, you're getting definitely more for your money, definitely. When you sell it for a nice, reasonable price on your own website, maybe with a cheap profit margin. But that's not really where the real money comes from, okay? And we're not going to go too far into that. I'll leave another video if you want it, comment below about that. If you haven't seen it anywhere else on here before, you can my perspective on it. But show you guys a video, okay, of Ski Mask and its elements. So we're going to share a screen.
Also ich höre den ganzen Tag eigentlich Musik. Das ist wirklich so eine Sucht. Ich versuche schon immer mit so einem einfachen Hören, wie es geht, rauszufinden, wie jetzt die Elemente, die mir in dem Track gefallen, irgendwie entstanden sein können. Zum Beispiel bei Drums oder so überlege ich mir dann schon, okay, wenn die sehr akustisch und organisch klingen, denke ich trotzdem nochmal 10-mal drüber nach, ob die jetzt wirklich akustisch auch eingespielt sind und dann abgesampelt oder ob es dann mit einem Drum-Plugin oder sonst irgendwas halt gemacht ist, weil es mich dann selber auch so produktivmäßig einfach weiterbringt. Ich finde es eher am besten, wenn es wirklich so ein gesunder Mix aus analog und digital halt ist, weil dann hat es halt eben diese Rawness oder halt so, dass es ein bisschen roh klingt, aber sind trotzdem Elemente dabei, die dann schon sehr fein sind, vielleicht eben durch das Digitale. Und das würde ich eben komplett analog beziehungsweise auch komplett digital nicht hinbekommen. Dazu sind halt die meisten Dinge hier da, um halt das nochmal zu verfeinern. Mir halt wichtig, aus eher kleineren Tools halt dann mehr rauszuholen, dass man trotzdem denselben Effekt erzielen kann mit irgendwelchen Plugins oder eben auch Samples, wenn man da eben noch ein bisschen Delays und solche Geschichten drauf macht. Und deswegen war es mir schon immer eher wichtig, in kleine, unscheinbare Sachen zu investieren und ja, man hat trotzdem irgendwie seinen Spaß damit. Vielleicht auch eben mehr als jetzt mit irgendwelchen Synthes, wenn man halt dann wirklich auch schnell was rausbekommt und nicht ewig rumsuchen muss, bis man irgendwie denkt, okay, das klingt jetzt irgendwie nach was Eigenem oder so. Ich versuche da auch wirklich alles eigentlich eigen quasi zu machen. Auch wenn es dann gesampelt ist, versuche ich dann halt wirklich nochmal mit dem Sample irgendwie was zu programmieren. Irgendwie, dass ich mich nicht davon irgendwie so ergötze von dem Wert des Samples, sondern dass ich das halt nur so als leichten Klangteppich zwar benutze, aber dann quasi komplett irgendwie umsticke und so weiter, dass der auch rhythmisch gar nicht mehr eigentlich so klingt, wie er klingt und versuche da schon irgendwie dann von meiner Seite aus so ein Eigenleben einzuhauchen, dass es dann eben schon wie ein eigenes Instrument eigentlich ist, sobald ich dann da auch gewisse Effekte drüber lege oder das dann vielleicht noch durch meine Effektmaschine halt laufen lasse. Ich würde mich schon eher so halb eigentlich als Nerd definieren, weil mir dazu noch ein bisschen das Knowledge fehlt. Ich bin zwar der absolute Musikliebhaber und kenne mich da auch jetzt, was Artistnamen oder Labelnamen angeht, kenne ich mich echt gut aus, aber dann jetzt wieder was Techniken angeht oder auch irgendwie so die Physik dahinter, da stoße ich relativ schnell manchmal an meine Grenzen so und deswegen würde ich mich da noch nicht so als wirklich ganzer Nerd bezeichnen, weil ich echt manchmal einfach zu faul bin, mich da richtig in Sachen reinzunörden, so, weil das ist ich will manchmal einfach nicht so komplett so eine Maschine verstehen, weil ich dann Angst habe, dass es mir dann irgendwie zu sehr das Experimentieren halt nimmt. Sobald mir genügend Zeit zur Verfügung steht, versuche ich eigentlich immer was zu machen, weil es ist eigentlich fast immer irgendwie was in meinem Kopf, wo ich mir denke, okay, da könnte ich jetzt irgendwie was mitmachen. Die Lust ist halt auch immer einfach da, einfach rum zu experimentieren. Es gibt einfach immer noch so viele Möglichkeiten und es ist irgendwie noch überhaupt nicht richtig ausgeschöpft.
All right. Wow. That was Mr. Ski Mask in his prime. Okay. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Give yourself a hand clap for being here today. And I will see you guys on the next video. Leave your comments below because this is a conversation that needs to be chimed in on. I'll see you next time. This has been Payton 3.0, EDM World News.